There's a haunted nutcracker. The creature's got a little Santa hat on. Oh, there's the creepy candles. Holiday elf Bob. Shrek is kind of terrifying. I never thought I'd be talking about this whole backstory in a tribute store, but let's... Okay guys, we're at Universal Studios Florida. It's one of my favorite days of the year. It is the opening of a new tribute store. It's the annual pass holder and team member preview for the holiday 2025 tribute store. Earl the Squirrel has returned. So when you guys are watching this, it is open to the general public all day till the end of the holiday season. We're gonna be going over all the Easter eggs, all the new merchandise. We're gonna be trying some tribute store snacks. Let's see if they're edible. We got the classic, original Earl the Squirrel hat. This thing is now a half a decade old. That's insane to say. Let's go ahead and... The medallion is not up yet, but the garland is around all the archways here at the entrance to Universal Studios Florida. All the garland is popped up now on all the buildings. So when you guys watch this, it's officially the opening day of the holidays here at Universal Studios. So we're gonna pop in the candy company real quick, see if they changed anything. So they have had a little holiday overlay here. We got some little gingerbread men right there. Grandma's holiday dinnerware. Here we got some blow molds. The classic Gerg blow mold right there. That's kind of what Gerg was based off. And then we're gonna have Einstein dog sweaters. On the box it says Copernicus. So if you've ever seen Back to the Future, there's the name of Doc's dogs. Here we have some miscellaneous stuff. Grandkids art projects. They got pillows right there. Some lights, tinsel. Oh, here's Elliot and Gertie's old toys. Elliot and Gertie, the characters from E.T. Got some classic ornaments right there. Then they got some outdoor lights. The Santa right there. And some more blow mold. So when you guys ask, why did I say to Earl, he's our Earl and Savior, right? So the real story to Earl is pretty much Earl died, right? So this Christmas tree, when he pops out, the original story, there was an actual squirrel who bit a cord, like a little Christmas light, and got electrocuted and died. So as a joke, they just started putting a little squirrel inside the tree, and then in 2020, the tribute store team created their own little version of Earl, right? And that's the Earl that we know today. But so Earl died, right? And then Earl came back to life. He rose from the dead. That's like the real Earl. And now we got the new version of Earl. It's kind of like the anti-Earl. He may kind of look like Earl, but he's not actually Earl. Earl rose from the dead to bring the holly and jolly joy to Universal Studios. The old Christmas shop is now closed up. They still have the Backlot Club little scanning towers. So they had like the cards and little displays, like the cat lady in here. Those are gone now. But I don't know if they're doing anything for the holiday time, because they're still in their beta phase of trying to figure out what to do with it. These towers are still outside the old Christmas shop. Over by Minions, we got a new display window. We got Santa Earl right there, and then we got Gerg. Gerg is there. He's got his little candy cane where the time twig goes, and then we got Pearl there. So they're trying to put up some decorations on Gerg. Shaggy's trying to get into the broadcast center. He's really missing those Universal podcasts.
This place opens?
Maybe next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
I thought Scoob was in here.
Scooby's where the food is. There's no food in there.
This isn't the cafe?
No, go next door to the pharmacy. In 30 minutes, they'll have milkshakes.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Wait, how do you know this? Are you like a fortune teller?
Something like that. Well, good luck finding Scooby.
Thanks, dude.
Look, all the way up here above the building, when the parade comes through, they're gonna have Snope that shoots out. So you got the fan right there with the Snope juice. And then over here, there's another Snoper. Here's a look at the Tribute Holiday Market facade. This looks great. Oh, look at all the little Easter eggs. There's like little silhouettes. All right, let's look over here to the side. So there's little windows. We're gonna start with the little Easter eggs inside here. So we got the Earl the Squirrel book. This thing sold out super quick last year, but it's back. We got the Jack in the Box Christmas Tree Farm. As you know, that was the theme for Earl's first tribute store in 2020. We got a little llama plush right there for Gerg the llama. Gerg's finally getting some love this year. We got some representation right here. We got the logo for the flux capacitor for Back to the Future. We got a T-Rex head for Jurassic. We got E.T. ship right there, and then we got a llama for Gerg the llama. We got a shark fin right there for Bruce for Jaws. Then we got the crescent moon to represent DreamWorks. As you know, that's the DreamWorks logo right there. We got a banana all the way up there to represent Minions, and then we got the little bow tie. This is to represent Hello Kitty, I believe. We got the Airstream over here. Now, you might remember this. This used to be a little ice cream stand over in Kids Zone way back in the day. It's been sitting backstage for a while. Looks like they reused it, but there's all sorts of little stickers we're gonna go over. You got the Christmas tree up there, the classic blow molds of Snowman and Santa, the little gingerbread man up there. And I love a good bumper sticker, the Rock of Mystery down the road from Earl-lando. They've got the Earl's cheap but efficient airmail. If you remember, they did the holiday overlay in the airport. That's what it was all about, is Earl delivering the packages. And then we also saw some of this within a a tribute store from 2 years ago. I got drenched at Mistletoe Falls at Earl's north of the border. I visited Acorn Island and all I got was a sticker. Earl the squirrel says, trees can't pick up their leaves, but you can pick up your trash. Brought to you by the Department of Clean Forests and Rivers. And then down here is Daryl. This is kind of Earl's cousin. I met Daryl the squirrel at Daryl's bee farm, and then we got Earl's tree farm and postage stamp museum open seasonally, and then I met Gerg the llama. It's his birthday. So Gerg is based on Greg. Greg works for the tribute store team or the visual merchandise team. So the backstory behind Gerg is pretty much Greg was ordering a coffee at the Starbucks and they mispronounced his name. They called him Gerg instead, so they did that as a joke, and then they also did a little sign for Greg's birthday in one of the summer tribute stores. So that's how Gerg became a little icon, all based off a coffee order for Greg. We got the classic Earl imagery right there, and then come visit Earl and Gerg's Nutcracker Lodge and Emporium, the museum, and car wash. I saw America's first underwater topiaries at the Mistletoe Sinkhole. Eat more acorns. Your mail might make it. Below Mold Valley, where Christmas never dies. There it went. Mistletoe Pines, home of the parachuting acorn squad. Earl's north of the border has the best shark back scratchers. See you in the sky, Earl Airways. I support the world's first and only wild peacock and llama rehabilitation center. As you know, the peacock is NBC's mascot. NBC and Comcast own Universal. So this will technically be the first thing that you see before you even walk in. They got some chairs right there, and then you'll enter in over here into the tribute store. The annual pass holders are now being let in. The gates have opened. Everybody's rushing in to go see Earl. You got the Grinch window with this heart growing right there. All right, here we go. Holiday market from November 21st until January 4th. There is going to be a Gerg the llama meet and greet located in the back corner of the market behind the oversized vehicle parking and laundromat. Cash only. Meet Gerg in the back. Cash only. Don't miss Earl and Gerg's Nutcracker Emporium located down the mountain in Mistletoe Valley. So we got the map right here for Mistletoe Valley. I never thought I'd be talking about this whole backstory in a tribute store, but let's go over the whole backstory right now. Okay, so the story's all told throughout all these pieces of papers and props, but it's gonna start with this. It's gonna say, another astounding sculpture from Mr. Evergreen. The 7-time winner of the annual Mistletoe Wood Sculpture Competition, local artisan Mr. Evergreen brings home the gold with this amazing handmade pine cone duck. Utilizing locally sourced materials, Evergreen wowed judges with his expert understanding of sculpture and carpentry. I could hardly hold back my tears, said esteemed Judge H. Barodine. This town is truly lucky to have an artist as groundbreaking as him. How lucky are we people of Mistletoe? Congrats to all who participated in this year's competition, and have a happy holiday season. So you look over to the piece of paper. It's going to say, join us for the annual sculpture competition. Last year's theme was a duck, so this year's is a squirrel. You'll sign up at the Earl and Gerg's Nutcracker Emporium. Off to the right, we're going to see kind of the concept drawing for the Earl that Mr. Evergreen is trying to create for this year. So you're inside of his cabin and his workshop, and he's carving these toys. Last year was the duck. You can actually see the duck on one of the shelves. So you'd be coming into his workshop. That's why there's all the pieces of wood that have been cut. We got some more stuff. So over here we have some arms and legs for the nutcrackers. And then right here, we're gonna have scraps. Now, if you look right here, this is gonna be an arm. They did a Earl the Squirrel Christmas tree hunt. This is from one of those little numbered Earls inside the Christmas tree. That's a fun little Easter egg. Okay, over here is some little toys, a little squirrel plush. If you come over here, we're gonna have a little shark, right, to represent Jaws. And this dinosaur was, I believe, from Elliot's desk from the summer tribute store from years and years ago. They have a little Bigfoot from the Mardi Gras tribute store. And we got some more little blueprints for some of the toys, reindeer toys, maybe a llama, right? They're gonna do a Gerg, but what is this? Wealthy stranger moves to town. Let's read that real quick. Wealthy stranger moves to town. This is where it all connects. It's awesome. So this is the photo of Mr. Evergreen. If you look closely, Mr. Evergreen looks very familiar familiar to Ted from HHN's Bill and Ted show. So it almost looks like Ted went back in time and got trapped in Mistletoe Pines. So it says a new neighbor moved to town last Sunday by the name of Mr. Evergreen. With nothing but a briefcase and pack, he purchased the old logging cabin near the Glistening Falls with a lump sum of cash. Our reporters managed a brief interview with Evergreen as he was purchasing numerous expensive tools and machines from Burrick Depot. The payment again in cash. I moved here to make stuff without worrying about money, Mr. Evergreen said. This town is beautiful and secluded, the perfect place to spend the rest of my life. Who could this mysterious man be, and how could he have managed to be so financially carefree at such a young age? Regardless, let's give a warm welcome to our new and exciting neighbor, Mr. Evergreen. The town is excited to get to know your holiday spirit. There's also a little nod for Gerg, the movie. So, Mr. Evergreen, the story gets so fucking wild, it's insane. So, this is a newspaper clipping from when he first got here, and then 7 years later, you can see him winning the carving competition. So, if you look on this calendar right next to it, on November 24th, it says another year. So something very interesting happened on November 24th. That was when D.B. Cooper hijacking happened. Was on November 24th, 1971. So Ted went back in time, okay, needed some money. So let's do the whole rundown about D.B. Cooper. On November 24th, 1971, a young man using the alias Dan Cooper boarded Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 303, a Boeing 727, for a short flight from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington. He was a quiet man in his mid-40s, wearing a business suit, a black clip-on tie, and sunglasses. Shortly after takeoff, he handed the flight attendant a note claiming he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in $20 bills and 4 parachutes. After the plane landed in Seattle, the 36 passengers were released in exchange for the money and parachutes. Cooper then ordered the crew to fly towards Mexico City at a low speed and altitude. Somewhere over southwestern Washington around 8 p.m., he lowered the plane's rear stairs and jumped into the night, disappearing with the ransom money strapped to his body. The FBI immediately launched an extensive investigation, codenamed NORJAC, Northwest Hijacking. They collected evidence for the plane, including his tie clip, and hair samples, and created composite sketches based on eyewitness accounts. The man became known as D.B. Cooper due to the report error that was widely circulated in the media. Despite a massive manhunt and thousands of leads, very little progress was made. The only significant physical evidence found was in February 1980, when an 8-year-old boy, Brian, discovered a decaying package of approximately $5,800 of the ransom money on the banks of the Columbia River in Washington. And then in 2016, they ended kind of the manhunt for D.B. Cooper. So when you start looking around, right, you're going to see the suitcase from D.B. Cooper right there. You're going to see his sunglasses that he wore right there. You're going to see the parachute bag. And then, from his fond memories, he carved an airplane. As you know, that's where the situation happened, was on a freaking airplane. And then when you look at the map, when you first come in, you have an X marks a spot. So on the map, on the sticky note, it says landing site. It happened over here. Then his house is right here. So if he landed on the November 24th, it would have taken him that long to get to his cabin, because we could tell by the top of the newspaper. So who would have thought a D.B. Cooper storyline would be in a holiday tribute store? But I'm here for it, and I love it. It's so freaking good and out there. So Ted, aka D.B. Cooper, is building all these nutcrackers for Earl the Squirrel, which we'll see later in the tribute store. And his nickname is Mr. Evergreen because he's got so much cash. So we're in Mr. Evergreen's workshop, right? Now we're gonna enter into Mistletoe Valley, the holiday market. So we're gonna head through the valley, which will then take us to the market. We're now gonna be coming in to the Mistletoe Valley. They got the northern lights, bunch of owls. So this is where all the Potter merch is. Let's go over some of the merch real quick. $35. You're gonna have the Wizarding World beanie. They also have a scarf here for $40. Then you have the little logo right there. Then you come down here to the shirt. Deck the Hall, $33. $85. We're gonna have the new Hogwarts Spirit jersey. These are official Spirit jerseys. And I'll say Happy Christmas. And then we have that same design with the Christmas tree right there. $70. There's gonna be a little button-up sweater. And then some brooms, Christmas trees, some candles all in the back. $37. We got a new pillow. There's a surprise on the back. it'll say Christmas at Hogwarts. $35 for the house plate. $25 says Happy Christmas on the inside. $25. This is as merry as I get. $40. They have a little dress here. Merry Christmas. And then you have the Grinch's heart right there. $85. We got the Merry Grinchmas shirt. And you got the Grinch and Cindy Lou Who right there. And then on the front, if you're looking, you'll see the Grinch right there on the front. We're going to have a sculpture of the Grinch. He's like a snowman that they made. Now they even have the tree kind of bent like the Grinch Christmas tree. So this is, again, part of the cabin. So it looks like you've exited the cabin, but then you can also look into the cabin to see what was going on. So it really kind of transports you into this different world. So I love when they do that in the haunted houses and also the tribute stores, because it really makes you feel like you're in a unique environment and no longer a gift shop. So this is going to be the Merry Grinchmas section over here. $37. They have a little pajama shirt, Misunderstood. $55 for this like tank top with pajama pants. But they have an eye mask. $15 and you can have Grinch eyes when you're sleeping. $16. We have a little Grinch pet bandana. $33. I got a little onesie for your little Grinch. $18. They got a little plush of the Grinch. $28 for the short sleeve shirt. I'm here for the presents. And then $18, they're gonna have some Grinchy socks. $30, you're gonna have a little Grinch plush wearing some pajamas. $22 for this two-piece scrunchie set. So this effect is great, right? So they have the projections going of like the northern lights, but then here's the frozen waterfall, right? So it's like a glacier. You can always like see through the water. So the northern lights are making that color shimmer inside the glacier. So you got the waterfall going, right? And then the waterfall goes into a little river, which then goes to right there. So now we're gonna be heading into the town center. Oh, look at this, it's like a fountain. And then you have a little acorn all the way at the top.
Christmas Carol, but a Christmas Earl. Look at that.
A Christmas Earl coming to a theater near you. There's a poster for a Lost Coyote. So I'm guessing it's gonna be here within the store somewhere. It says, last seen wearing khakis and a polo. Emmett's gas, cool loves chasing squirrels. Friendly, mildly rabid, answers to Philip. By the lamppost, we got some more little Easter eggs. What do we got? So, it's not the holidays without a glass of Gurgnog. You can see the silhouette of Gurg right there, still holding the thyme twig. Part of your daily dose of llama milk. Contains legumes, dairy, vitamin C, cacao, and corn inside the milk. Find it in the dry goods section of your local food market today. And now this is non-alcoholic, don't worry. And then over here, we got a fun little happy holidays, little Mr. Tape popping up. Happy holidays from us to you. Celebrate with one of our many holiday classics. PJ's on. Pour some delicious hot chocolate. Fix the VCR clock and rewind your tape. Watch your favorite snow-filled film today. Upgrade your membership and you'll get one free stocking stuffer, a mega discounted candy, a mega seasonal releases, mega holiday shirt. And then you'll see Mr. Tape up there. Ho, ho, ho. And then if you look inside the garland, they even added some little Easter eggs. They got the mega movie Back to the Future Part 3, a Woody Woodpecker VHS, and then some Ghostbusters. Gurg poster, the historic Gurg mine, shimmering Gurgite crystals. See where Gurg built his fortune. So he was mining stuff. Just a short hike, 6.5 miles up Gurg Mine Trail. $30 for a scented Grinch candle. Just kind of smells like a Christmas shop. $30 for the short sleeve shirt. This is as merry as I get. And you got the Grinch right there. Then we have a headband. $27, you have a little Max the Dog headband. $27, they have a little Grinch headband. And then $30 for this headband with Max, Cindy Lou Who, and the Grinch. $30, my presence is your present. $25 for this Merry Grinchmas beanie. $90 for this jean jacket hoodie. And then on the front, you'll have the Grinch's hand. $30, they got the new Minion popcorn bucket. It's massive. So you got Bob on there, on side the fluffy unicorn. unicorn, which has been turned into a little reindeer. Bob's got a little Santa hat, and his eyes move a little bit. He's watching you. The strap is removable, and then you'll put the popcorn all the way in the back. But 30 bucks and you get your first refill. Pretty heavy duty popcorn bucket. $23, naughty, question mark. And then we have the new Dress Your Minion. $20, you get a little nude minion wearing banana underwear. Now, there's different outfits that you can purchase, like Disco Bob, Kung Fu Bob, Fluffy Unicorn Bob, Overalls Bob, Holiday Elf Bob, Vacation Bob. $24. They have a little Tim teddy bear backpack. This is gonna be Bob's little teddy bear. Super soft. $27 for the short sleeve shirt. Let's get merry. And then each one of these Minion ornaments are gonna be $20 a piece. If you're a fan of Minions, they got holiday stuff for you. If you remember the old Hello Kitty gift shop here in Universal Studios, they had a Hello Kitty where she would put her handprints. This is that statue from out front because you can see the cement on her hands, but it is now snow. At $20, we got a little reversible plushie mystery box. So there's all sorts of different Hello Kitty characters that you can pick up.
Let's take a second to appreciate the craftsmanship with what I'm witnessing right now.
Right, so you have this like wonderful facade if you're entering into the lodge. And you have a massive nutcracker fireplace. What an entrance. You get the slow jazz of the Christmas music. It looks like it's snowing in here. The AC is cranking, so you're freezing cold. You're gonna have Earl and Gerg's Nutcracker Lodge, an emporium and museum and car wash. It's a little cold out. I don't know if they'll have a car wash. There's, again, the good design of Earl, and then you got the good design of Gerg right there. That's how they look, not what we've gotten on this merchandise. Now, the reason it says 1990 is because that's the opening year of Universal Studios Orlando. This almost feels like its own little facade. We're gonna enter in.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy
So if you remember the Nutcracker scavenger hunt, they repurposed them over here. They got a fun little photo up here, epically curated collection of nutcrackers. And then you can stand right here. You go here, got the little Volcano Bay Easter egg right there. A little Santa Nutcracker on vacation. We got the Dueling Dragons nutcrackers. These are again from the scavenger hunt from last year. So pretty much when you're in here, you're gonna see all these photos on the wall. That's gonna be Earl during his travels collecting all of these different nutcrackers. Now look, Ma, no gravity. You have a little witch defying gravity right there. Earl the Squirrel hot chocolate drink bomb, $30. They have a new Earl the Squirrel hat with some Christmas lights. All right, so again, this is the Earl the Squirrel hat from 5 years ago. Classic. This is the Earl representation within the tribute store, the one that we fell in love with. Here we have the mangy Earl, which is not Earl. I don't want this merch. We don't want this merch. We want this, Universal. Please stop. We're begging you. $60. We're gonna have this long sleeve sweatshirt with Earl putting on Christmas lights, 2025. $30. We got the Universal Holiday Parade shirt on the back. It'll have some ornaments, and then you got Santa there with a little Earl hiding in the tree. $20. They have a Universal Holiday Parade ornament, and on the back it'll say Universal Holiday Parade. Here we go. We got the tribute store snacks. What do we got? Red velvet whoopie pie, $4 macaroon, a Grinch sugar cookie sandwich.
Here we got a milk chocolate s'mores pop with M&Ms. We got some macaroons. We got a gingerbread cookie back there. Peppermint macaroons. A little trifle cake. Little marshmallows. And then we got a chocolate little cake there. A peanut butter cupcake. Some chocolate pretzels. Then they're gonna have a seasonal caramel apple right there. And then a chocolate cookie sandwich. I'm gonna get that. That thing looks awesome. Then we're gonna have a white chocolate and praline caramel apple. And then another caramel apple with the Grinch hand.
He's at the mall, it looks like. Here, he's in a haunted house with this terrifying nutcracker. The heck is that? And here's just a massive nutcracker. Danger. Closet full. Oh, there's the creepy candles. They put the creepy candles back there. All right, looks like Earl visited a volcano. Here's Earl with another nutcracker at a sweet shop. Massive nutcracker. We got ornaments down here. The minions are inside of a sweater. We got one of Shrek with Christmas lights. Then we got one of the Amity Island signs. Then they got one of Gabby's dollhouse. You got Captain America. They have an ornament of Spider-Man. You got the raptor from Jurassic Park. The Universal Evening Post. Look at that, Earl. That's so good. Put that on a shirt, Universal. We would buy that. We got some more Jurassic nutcrackers. We got Earl hanging out with a cow with a nutcracker. It's the world's smallest nutcracker. Okay, I love this. It's like Ripley's. See it or not, Earl brings to you some of the most astonishing holiday artifacts the world has ever seen. The world's smallest non-functional nutcracker. May not actually be the world's smallest nutcracker, but it's still really small. If you look at the magnifying glass, there's the little nutcracker. This turned a very dark turn. Caution, do not speak their name. It's blank, by the way. Positively, no holiday song singing. Ignore the noises. It is sleeping. Warning, probably should not open. And as you know, they always lose a key inside the tribute store, and there's the lost key. But there's a haunted nutcracker. So it's all kind of based on Annabelle, right? So it's the same warning sign setup. They normally have like the Devil Tarot card to protect everybody and keep Annabelle in, but it's the red squirrel card. We figured out his name. So if you look, it's covered up with marker, but if you look all the way to the left and you shine a light at the right direction, it's Jingle, and then the last name Bell. So Jingle Bell is his name.
I am the one who haunted the Lowe's light switches. There were never any motion detectors.
We got Earl in front of the tree. This is where Earl originally died. And then we got Earl, he's going to Egypt with a nutcracker. Earl's in a boat with a nutcracker. And then this is the final room that you come in. And we got more pictures of Earl, like this little acorn mount, the psycho house that Earl has visited, one of the nutcracker like rats. And then there's Earl in front of the archway right there, happy holidays. And then Earl's with a witch nutcracker. We've got Earl with a sunken ship, and then Earl has visited Darkmoor. There is the Frankenstein nutcracker right there. Earl has officially visited Epic Universe in Darkmoor. And then here's the nutcracker that we see in that image. It looks like we got Earl in Germany, and then Earl with the townspeople at the end of Frankenstein. There's the smallest nutcracker right there that we saw. So there, he's looking at it underneath a microscope. And we got another nutcracker right here. Santa wanted, must have own fireproof suit, holiday cheer, good with children and adults, can work holidays, not allergic to pine and chainsaw. Now they did this whole Spirit Jersey collection, which I love this year. $85 is the Back to the Future one. So it's all like a Christmas themed Back to the Future Spirit Jersey. You got the out-of-time license plate, 88 miles an hour, the clock tower, the DeLorean. And then on the back, you're gonna have the Back to the Future logo, right, with the lightning coming out of the bulb, and that same design on the back. $85 for the Jaws Spirit Jersey. Da-dum, da-dum. And then you got Bruce right there jumping out of the water. Then on the back, it'll have the Jaws logo with some Christmas lights and some little Christmas trees right there. $85. Here's the Shrek Spirit Jersey. Shrek the Halls. And you have all the characters right there. Ooh, the shade of green on Shrek is kind of terrifying. I don't like the shade that they use. His eyes look like red for some reason. And then on the front, you're gonna have the same design with the Shrek logo inside of the snowflake. $85. Here's the Universal Monsters Spirit Jersey. So you can have all the different Universal monsters. Creature, the Invisible Man, Dracula, Bride, Wolfman. Like the creature's got a little Santa hat on him. Now on the back, it's gonna say Silent Fright instead of Silent Night. I like that. But you got like the bolts for Frankenstein, the Wolfman's prints, Dracula's coffin, Dracula's teeth right there. And then $85 for this Spirit Jersey. Hello Kitty and Friends. And you have Hello Kitty and all of their friends right there. And then on the front, you have Hello Kitty inside of a Christmas wreath. $85 for the Jaws one. Jingle Roars. And then you'll have the park entrance right there. A little raptor hatching out of an egg. The T-Rex right there breaking through the fence. And then on the front, you're gonna have the Jurassic logo and some raptors and palm trees and stuff that we just finished. These look like Giggles the Alpha's out doing something for their social media right there, interviewing some guests. Okay, let's hope this tribute store snack is edible. It's gonna be the chocolate peppermint trifle cake. It's got a little snowman on top. You see a little bit of that pink peppermint frosting. When it comes to peppermint, you go real wrong real quick. Subtle hints of peppermint, kind of like an aftertaste of like peppermint bark, but like a nice moist chocolate cake. Cake was actually decent. The frosting was good. 8 out of 10. Let's see how the next snack is. The next snack is gonna be the chocolate cookie sandwich. This thing is massive. This thing is also like a brick.
If you ever had like a sundae, you know how they like put cookie crumbles on it? It's kind of like kind of the dried out, not high quality cookie. It's just like the stuff made for like toppings on a sundae. That's what that cookie is. It's like really crunchy, kind of barky, hints of chocolate with some frosting. I'm gonna do 6.5 on it. We just finished the tribute store. Let's go back to the office. Okay guys, we're back in the office. Let's talk about the holiday tribute store. We're back. The tribute store is back. The holiday tribute store has a great kind of cohesive story. The one thing I really appreciated this year is like normally in like the other tribute stores, the IPs really kind of like throw off the overarching stories. Where here they kind of weaved in those IPs within kind of the Mistletoe Valley storyline and then also connected it back with Earl the Squirrel. So I kind of like that everything is kind of connected together. I like the crazy crime lore within that first room. Was not expecting that. And then we have kind of like the great kind of like scenic outdoor vibes. Then you go into kind of the marketplace where they like had some really good like jazz, Christmas music in there. I thought the spacing of the tribute store worked a lot better because sometimes when those holiday crowds are in there, you can't move and there's a lot of choke points. Where here it's kind of like a natural kind of progression through the tribute store with enough room so people don't feel kind of freaked out until that kind of like final room with the registers and everything. That's why I think they should just move the tribute store to where the Wicked tribute store is now because they would have plenty of room to kind of work with. When you're watching this, we're going to be at Universal filming all the other Christmas holiday stuff because the holidays have officially started at Universal Studios. So guys, on that note, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button if you haven't done already. Hit the subscribe button, join the family.
We love the family.
Because I'm going to keep you up to date on all things Universal Studios and theme parks around the country. I love you all. I'll see y'all very soon.
Creepy candles. The good Earl. The good Earl.
Good Earl. The Hooterade Earl. And no Pearl.